If you could choose an infinite supply of something, except money, what would you choose? Paid time off. Take every day off while getting paid. That may sound good, but remember, unlimited PTO doesn't mean your employer won't just make up a reason to fire you. Approved paid time off. Fixed. Water. Clean water. r/Hydra homies. Clean fresh water. So my wife and I bought a house last year that has a well and doesn't use city/municipal water. Not a huge selling point in my opinion, but we loved everything about the house. We live next door to a woman who grew up in the house we bought. Apparently when the well was installed it was because our house is sitting over an underground natural spring that carries water from the mountains. So we have fancy AF water that people rave about. So maybe that counts as clean fresh water that is basically an infinite supply. Good ideas. An infinite supply of good/great ideas would be awesome. r/Monkey Spore would like to speak to you. Nah, that doesn't sound like a good idea. Luck. Luck isn't a superpower. Energy. Energy can be shared throughout the whole damn planet, so we can finally live in peace and quiet. Do you want to be the target for every company coming to you looking for free energy? No, you charge them. You have an infinite supply, so the demand never changes. You can charge whatever you want. People go to war because this person with infinite energy wants to live more than comfortably for the service he's providing. Nations go to war to collect you and harvest the energy you have until someone just decides to kill you, ruining the Earth's desire for energy fuel, of which you had, and the UN would wage war on who had you killed. Their allies counterattack, we all counterattack, and all of human life is eradicated because you thought being the sole proprietor of everlasting energy would cure the world. Raspberry Pis. NASA wants to know your location. Gold. It's not money, it's a resource. A noble one. And now you've just made it worthless. Food, so I can end world hunger. Genies. Wishes. Lamps. I love lamp. Weed. Remember to be specific with wishes. Your yard just became infested with weeds, and you'll never be able to stop them from growing. No. Because he asked for unlimited weed, not weeds. You don't go into your yard and say, hey man, look at all that weed when referring to your unkept garden. Yeah, too late. My husband's kisses. I also want this user's husband's kisses. Beer. Finally. Nutella. Happiness. Chick-fil-A nuggets. Upvotes. Stocks. You're all stupid. The more stocks there are of a company, the less they are worth as far as I know. You'd also own all companies in the world forever, so they'd have to let you know what they're doing, and you'd basically be seer, since you're the top shareholder. It's a nightmare of paperwork and shit. This. Also, an infinite amount of stock would almost certainly crash the world economy. A company's value would have to be divided by infinity, rendering each unit of stock practically valueless. It's infinite quantitative easing in stock form. Any of the rare earth transition metals, notably osmium, iridium, platinum, gold, and silver. How about an alloy of all of them in a ratio proportional to the demand for each of them? At first you can sell the metal as is to the companies that refine those metals, then you can buy one out and sell the purified metal on the market for a much better profit, because the amount of each metal you're getting is proportional to the market's demand for them. You'll never build up an excess of one particular metal, mainly though because you're spreading out to multiple different metals. You'll be less likely to drive down their prices and will bring in more money. This guy smells. And this guy smells. The obvious answer would be any commodity like gold or silver, but that's just a boring answer, so I'm going to think outside the box here. I'm going to go with flight tickets. I could basically travel the world for free, only having to pay for hotels. If you take away the cost of flight, then that's a huge saving, maybe even up that to unlimited first class flights. You could take anyone with you. Yes, that's the one, unlimited flights for sure. Electricity. Spends like money, flows like water. With enough electricity you can have godlike abilities. Magnetic levitation, ion drive spaceship capable of half light speed, asteroid defense lasers, free, clean, Desalinated water for all. Electric cars would be even more popular if electricity was free for all. But I would charge people for it. One hug. 1 year of free electricity. Infinite, nearly, hugs. Beef jerky. Shit's expensive. I could eat as much as I wanted for the first time in my life, and then I could make a killing selling it at an affordable cost. Like a big bag for $3 instead of 14. I could also donate a ton to starving people, though I guess it would be tricky telling the FDA about my magical bag of unlimited beef jerky. I'd have to be sneaky. Just grow a mustache, wear a trucker hat, and be that guy in a southern town who wanders around as a traveling beef jerky merchant. Aerogel. It's expensive and extremely useful. Even if you flood the market, there's still a market. Make everyone's house super energy efficient. Keep your snack cooler cold forever. The sky is the limit. Knowledge. I'd know absolutely everything down to the last detail. Everything I'd tell you would be as objective as possible. I imagine you at a job interview nailing it like no one ever did before. And they still go with a good old "you will hear from us" and never contact you again. Then I'd reply, "No, I won't." Interpersonal communication skills. I have always been in a lot of crap for my poor personality. Let's see how this one improvement changes my life. I'll learn how to cheer people up, apologize and mean it, talk, negotiate, ice break, present arguments, make friends. Something like that. Winning lottery tickets. The tickets can then be exchanged for money. Then the money can be exchanged for goods and services. Beans. Home building materials. Everything from the land to build onto the plumbing/electrical materials. I'd build myself my dream home and large garden, and then build homes for people in need. Rent out a few homes for an income source, but mostly I'd build for the underprivileged, like my own person. Habitat for Humanity. Time. Get back all the wasted time lost with people now gone. Time wasted with people now here who we overlook for stupid reasons. Time wasted on ourselves when we do all the should things and none of the good things. Wishes then wish for money. Loopholes. Infinite always delicious buffalo wings. Then I would open a store and sell them. They are infinite, so all profit. I would undercut the competition, driving them out of business. Then I would raise prices when no one is left. Then I would peer from the 3rd floor balcony of my mansion. I sit alone, as my rise to power has left no time for meaningful relationships. It's 10 AM, yet I drink whiskey straight from the bottle. The burn as it goes down my throat being my last friend. I wince in pain for but a moment, as years of self-medication has left me numb to it. I realize this is all I've worked for, and I can share it with no one. I hire a lady of the night for comfort, just to have someone near. But the meaningless romp only distracts and comforts for a time, as she means nothing to me. I throw her out at 3 AM, as I don't care where she comes from or where she's going. There will be others. I'm all alone again. Heavy is the crown of the chicken winking. Coming for on 50-cent boneless wing Wednesday. #CWK for life. Beans. Gonna be boring and go with a much needed medication worldwide and give it away. To hell with Big Pharma. Who will be able to develop new medicines for the future if pharmaceutical companies go out of business. Elon Musk clones. I wish that there was an infinite supply of Earth, so that there would have been no lack of water, space and of course enough space to deal with trash, more nature, more places to discover, maybe even more cultures and ethnicities, and in the end hopefully no climate change. Some of the climate change is natural, but it would definitely help. Pickles. I hate them, so I would be able to sell them without any worry that I'd get high on my own supply as it were. Happiness. If you're happy in your life, that means you're happy with your family, your job, your wages, your golf. You lost me at golf lol. Joy. I was going to say energy, but I know that inner joy sparks energy. If I had more energy in my time allotted to me, I bet I could get a lot more done. Perfect counterfeit money that is impossible to identify as a fake. That way, I get to both have an infinite supply of money and I get to use a loophole answer to this question. 2 birds, 1 stone. Phantasma here, hope you enjoyed, don't forget to sub for more.